digital banking can't be started now as one global initiative, because the expectations in different markets, if I take China, India, and also even Africa and so on, they are very different. Yes, so, and yes, will we target a common digital experience? Yes, but how we can experience and how we can learn during this journey. And this is now where we started. Yes, we have done in Africa, Cote d'Ivoire, a first fully digital bank where you can do everything just with the mobile, everything just in a digital fashion to get, you know, your money, your moving, and all of this transactions, behaviors, and so on. So that's one thing in Cote d'Ivoire where we started, and we are acting already productive since this year. So we are building more. Yes, so we have started also in this kind of digital fashion in Hong Kong. We got now the digital license for a virtual bank. And this is where we are also setting up completely new digital banking. Yes, and also in India we are there active from real-time onboarding and how we make this journey. As I said, this is different starting points, how we creating the digital banking journey. The overall visionary target is very similar. Yes, so but how we are starting in the different market with our customer base that we are having there, our customer targets that we have in each of these markets, this is now exactly where we are evolving these different scenarios. What counts is the customer experience. The customer experience in the digital bank is really about like, provide me banking in my context. Yes, so this is now where the whole digital banking is looking for, that it's not like only an app itself. Yes, so it's more like if I'm in China in a context of a WeChat, then I want to have my banking services in this kind of chat room. I want to have, you know, the capabilities for financing, for all of this in the context of the client situation. So that's the basic principle where we are going, and that's exactly why every market is a bit different. Where WeChat is very, very important in the China market, it's not so in other markets. But starting with this, now this is exactly the key differentiator. The other aspect about is openness. Yes, so it's not just the integration into existing platforms and the existing ecosystems about that. It's also the openness, how we are enabling this kind of new services, in a sense of that we are not always creating through our digital banking the value proposition to the client, that we are also enabling others to create the value proposition. So that's a key point, how we want to go forward with digital banking to make it different, and to also enable the whole ecosystem to use our capabilities for banking. Yes. With all these new technologies, they are changing so rapidly that it's more relevant from a strategy perspective to be nimble and to act on the situation that there is no end state. Yes, so the paradigm shift here means how we are acting fast on all of this change. When we are selecting today this technology, tomorrow we can change to a new technology. So long story short, to bring it to that, is like in a traditional technology strategy, it was more like a more solid roadmap, application landscape, how we are evolving all of that. This is still the bread and butter, and this is where we still have to evolve. But now from a technology strategy perspective, as all these technologies are emerging so radical, it's more important to have the right capabilities, like in the sense of an architecture that there is open, an architecture that's easy to integrate. How we are evolving these capabilities from a teaming perspective, from the technology perspective, and even from a culture perspective, in a sense that we're bringing the process, all of this together, that when we are going to a new technology in AI, for example, then exactly this is where we can adapt fast and change. So that's the overall technology strategy behind this kind of new digital mindset, that you can't say, oh, now I have done a proper RFP, now I have selected one platform, and this platform is now for the next 5 to 10 years what I want to use for my technology. So that's exactly not the world anymore. The world is really going forward. You have to be really proactive in a sense to even change this. The point is now really to be flexible, to say, okay, now depending on this requirement, depending on this customer journey, okay, today we are focusing on that platform, today we are going in this technologies, but tomorrow maybe we have the possibility to easily change. Yeah? So APIs is one of the key enabler to give us the openness and the flexibility to change technologies there. So that will be one of the key components. The point is now, what means open banking? So, and this will be the even stronger disruption of banking than what is about digital banking. Because now with the open banking, you're getting in a situation like who is today a competitor might be a partner tomorrow. So, and in open banking, you're really opening up your products. You are getting away from that you keep control on all of how to a user consume and access all your products. Now you give it into an ecosystem where even the regulator does not know today how we are ending up with that. Yes, so on one side, yes, they are starting with PSD2 and all of this kind of regulations to open up payments and all of that, but open banking is going across one industry. So, and that's now the disruption. How do I think beyond of traditional B2C for retail, B2B for corporate banking, and so on? It's really about now, this is emerging inside of how do I engage with even things? How do I engage with more intelligence objects and so on? How do I engage in you know, a manufacturer is getting a service provider? How do I integrate insurance services with banking services and vice versa? And how do I optimize this from a customer journey who's buying a house and they need insurance and all of this? So many of these things are evolving, who needs the digital banking because that's the foundation, but going beyond of that, because in this kind of marketplace, how we are opening up the services, what is on one side a threat to existing models, but on the other side also an opportunity to really exponentially grow in a different new network. Yeah, so as I'm the Chief Technology Strategist for the whole bank, yes, so, and top of my wish list is really where I'm working also hard is, as a traditional bank, and there are very good reasons how we are onboarding clients, how we are defining risk, how we have defined processes, we are still living in our segments. Yes, so this means like private and wealth is different than retail banking, is different than corporate banking, and it's different than when I'm going in commercial banking and all of this different segments. So in that world, in the traditional banking world, it makes all of sense. So my top wish is exactly now, what will be one banking when I'm really working in an open banking scenario, digital banking, what is not just retail banking, what is really about like providing one risk, one catalog of APIs, one product segment, what I'm really engaging with all my partners, with all my fintechs as well, what is not just to say, okay, this is only a retail partner and not a corporate partner. What we really blurring up our today business models around how we are engaging and partnering through the network. So my wish is really about like how we are getting really beyond of the segments what we have today.